Hello.
Hey.
Some of you may think of the people of Italy as typical Italians running around with pizza and wine, but it's far deeper than that. I have the facts. After immense research to present a more correct and better understanding about the country of Italy, I have information pertinent to its society. First, I'll tell you about the country's government, population, demographic, geography, and economy. Second, I will talk about the cultural aspects of the country. Finally, I will discuss the behaviors and lifestyles of the people and the people that live inside the country. The land and the people are distinctive and inherent to this Mediterranean country. Italy is located in southern Europe and it lies on a peninsula that extends into the middle of the Mediterranean Sea, northeast of Africa. The country of Italy is a little bit larger than the state of Arizona, and the terrain is predominantly rugged with volcanic mountains, plains, and lowlands near the coast. Rome is the capital city of Italy, and within Rome lies the independent country of the Vatican City. The ethnic group demographic in Italy comprises of Italians, which consist of part German, French, Slovene, Albanian, or Greek Italians. The official language is obviously Italian, but German, French, and Slovene are also spoken as a minority. The government that presides over Italy is considered a republic, as they have an executive branch, legislative branch, and judicial branch, much like the United States. According to the CIA World Factbook, the chief of state is President Sergio Mattarella, and seated directly below the president is the head of government, Prime Minister Matteo Renzi. The economy in Italy is considered the third largest in the Eurozone, recognized by the CIA World Factbook. It is divided among the country with an industrial north and agricultural south. The industrial side produces machinery, iron and steel, chemicals, textiles, vehicles, ceramics, clothing, and footwear. The agricultural side produces fruits and vegetables, mostly grapes and potatoes, in addition to beef and dairy products and fish. The vast presence of tourism is one of the biggest proponents that drives the economy. According to the CIA World Factbook, Euro is a currency used in Italy, and the current exchange rate is 0.74 euros per US dollar. Transportation is accessible by several means throughout Italy, including numerous airports, railways, and waterways. But the most common transportation method utilized is the roadways, which rank 15th in the world in development. After speaking about tourism and the multiple ways to get around, there's a lot to see and experience in Italy. Italy has museums and significant architecture specific to their country. Millions of tourists visit Italy for its art, such as Michelangelo's statue of David. There is a museum in Verona called the House of Juliet, where they receive about 10,000 letters a year from lovelorn people who write to Juliet, according to BBC News. Upon receipt of the letters, they are gathered and read by the group titled the Secretaries of Juliet and replied and sent back to the sender. There is also the famous St. Mark's Place in Venice, where you can feed the pigeons in the square. Then you have the historical city of Venice with its characteristics and sights to see, including looking out over the vast Venice harbor or taking a trip down the Grand Canal to view the city built on water. The predominant religion practiced in Italy is Christianity and consists of Roman Catholics, Protestants, and small groups of Jehovah's Witnesses. The Vatican is also a sight to see in the heart of Rome, within Vatican City. Surrounding the Vatican is a number of buildings that serve purpose to the Catholic ministries, including the world-renowned Sistine Chapel in St. Peter's Square. People of Catholic belief in Christianity gather in St. Peter's Square for various ceremonies, including recently the ceremony held for Pope Francis, who is the first Latin American to be elected to the post. With all the sights to see, Italy also has its fair share of culinary exclusives and traditions. According to BBC Travel, each time of day is reserved for a specific drink, and each drink serves its own purpose. There are cafes galore to grab a coffee, cappuccino or espresso, and numerous pizzerias where you can pair your food with an Italian soda. A bottle of vino is recommended with most meals, including dinner and lunch. Italy's culture is Mediterranean, and the food and drinks are specific to their province. But the way they live and interact and communicate with each other is another. The country has a score of 76 as an individualist culture, with me-centered, especially in the north, recognized by the Hofstede Center. The majority of the country has the idea that personal gain is more important than focusing on relationships with other people. Southern Italy is much different than the individualist mindset of the North, although, according to the Hofstede Center, Northern Italy prefers equality and a decentralization of power and decision-making, where control and supervision are disliked by the younger generation who prefer teamwork. Southern Italy counters this characteristic with a high power distance rating and accept that power is distributed unequally. The country is driven by success, competition, and achievement, which characterizes a more masculine and direct approach to living. The penal and civil code are complicated, according to the Hofstede Center. Combined with the direct approach to living, prosperous, and being successful, Italians sometimes take the time to rest. This can include lying down in the park, enjoying a long meal, or taking a coffee break. With that being said, let's take a moment to reflect on the things we've uncovered. First, I told you about the government, economy, and demographic. Second, I discussed the cultural aspects of the country. And finally, I informed you about the lifestyle and behaviors of the people of Italy. The environment of this land and the culture have a lot to offer and is plentiful with art, unique traditions, and a society exclusive to the country of Italy.
Yay!
Yeah.
Encore, encore.
Informative.
Excellent.